Hi lovelies, and welcome to the doll room. Well, it's the start of July. I cannot believe where this year is flying to, and I thought I would do sort of a recap on June, and that really involves a doll room update, because June I was really focused on trying to get the doll room a little bit more how I want it to appear, and it was less about buying dolls in June and more about buying bits of furniture. And I've been like kind of rejigging things in here, and I just wanted to give you an update on some of the very best bits of June. So we're going to start with how the furniture's working out. So the new pieces of furniture, which you will have seen go in if you watched any of my June videos, were these two bookcases here and here. They're all second hand, so I think I paid £10 for this, and I think I paid £10 for that one. They absolutely only just fit in. You can see they go right up to the wardrobe door. There was just no other way of fitting them in, and then I used an old shelf that I'd got to go across the top, and you can see I've added some hanging baskets as well, and I just think it is just looking really lovely in the window area. And then you can see the other addition, which I think has made all the difference, are the lights on these bookcases, because that bookcase is quite tucked in. There's no way around it. I can't put the narrow one that side, because then the drawers don't open on this, and that won't slide in this big unit here. So the only way for it to fit is to put the deeper one in, but then you get like the shelves kind of being lost with the lights on. I think that's brilliant. So I bought 2 packs of lights. So I've also got lights on this shelf here, and I've got lights on this shelf here, and I just love the lights. I love it so much. So that's the pieces of furniture over there that you would have seen, but I don't think I've necessarily showed you 2 other little bookcases that I got over on this side, which were in the sale at B&M in England. So there was this tiny little one. Now I've not got a lot of floor space in here, and the door's there, so you can see I don't have a room for lots. I didn't want anything coming out into the room too far, because then you wouldn't be able to see these shelves. But I saw this tiny little bookcase, and I just thought that, you know what, that would be really nice for some of my little dolls, and it will just fit just there, and it does, and it is lovely for my Boxy girls, which are again a highlight of June. So I found which 2 I found, this Boxy girl and this Boxy girl, in the charity shop in June, and they fit perfectly. The outfits I'd found for 10p each. So all of these 3 Boxy girls were thrifted. Now when I put the video up showing me doing the makeover of these Boxy girls, one of you lovely lot messaged me, well in fact a couple of you messaged me saying, hey, those are Pippa doll outfits. And you know what, I thought they were. The only doll that I could think of that was that little was a Pippa doll, but I hadn't looked into it, and they were. And one of you said this outfit is actually on the front cover of a book. So of course I did a bit more research, and sure enough, there's the book cover. This outfit here with the amazing sleeves is actually from the Pippa clothing line, where they did Oriental clothing line. So these dresses date back to the 70s, and I found them for 10p each, and the Boxy girls were only 50p and £1. So all of that dressed for less than £4 is just, oh, what a highlight of June, but I just think they look so lovely on this little bookcase. And of course, as and when I find some more, there's room for more as well. But it wasn't just that, I also slid in another little bookcase in here, which was also on sale at B&M, and it just filled that little gap there. So you can see now, because of that, this shelf, which was going to be for my new Monster High collection, has been able to come round the corner. And on that shelf, what was new in June, so there was this beautiful girl that I found for £1 in the charity shop, and then the Abbey, which was my first Monster High doll I'd ever unboxed with one of these lovely cases. And then at the back I opened my second Draculaura in June. So Monster High was a focus for June when it comes to thrifted and also new doll unboxings. So yeah, this just slid in really nicely. You can see on here I've got some of my redress secondhand Barbies and a Frozen doll with her inner child. I found her a little mini inner child as well at a charity shop, which I love. And then down under here I put my OMG collection. So all of these so far are thrifted. Can you see them all? They're kind of not in very well, so there we go, that's better. So I found I managed to get those all clean in June. Now they were originally up on this top shelf, but they kind of looked a bit decapitated, and one of you guys did note that as well, because they were a bit too tall, and with this shelf going across the top you kind of couldn't see their heads. So what I've done, I've put my Mixie Pixling dolls up there, and the OMG dolls have gone down there. And you can see the other addition of lights around here. I bought some rose fairy lights to try and light up that bookcase a little bit more, which I really love. So up on the mermaid shelf I added the horse here, and lots of mermaid dolls got unboxed and added to the shelf, which I am loving, and the mermaids kind of drifted up there as well. Also on this top shelf were my two Cindy doll finds. So vintage Cindy in vintage original outfits, 50p each. I'd already got this dress, so it was just the back dress, but the back dress is stunning. So the addition of the new shelves meant that this top shelf here can be for my original collection. You can see the amount of space that I've opened up, and like I've continued to wash the dolls that I'd got that were unboxed. Oh yes, and I found this one's hat, which I was so excited about. And you can see, look, lots more were washed in June, and I just love them all. And it's also left loads of space down here for kind of a mishmash. At the minute I've got some of my dolls in wheelchairs there as well. We also got Teresa on her magic horse. What else happened last month? Oh, this doll, which I found secondhand for £7. She joined the girls. I love her. What else? There's lots more secondhand dolls down there as well that got redressed. And then opening up new dolls that are waiting to be opened. Cheryl got opened up, and then on the last day of June, this gorgeous doll, Monique Verbena, she joined my Shadow High gang up there, and I just love them all. I love them all so much. So that kind of gives you an idea of how the doll room's looking. I have so enjoyed setting up the shelves and making the space, and just generally enjoying myself in here and getting it to look like I want it to look. other additions on this shelf. So the little second-hand swan joined us with some new trolls that I found second-hand. They are controlling the Equestria Girl car. I got my other Barbie car out and set in these two vintage girls who I washed. And on the desk here in front of me, next to all of these bits and pieces I found for the doll's house, which you already saw, I've also been loving this. Now this was a little shoppy that I found. She was only 50p, and she's just been developing the most wonderful story. She's got a worry doll. She's now got a pet goose as well. She's been redressed, and she has been developing such a wonderful story in June. So I've loved her. But I think probably one of the most special things in June is this cardboard doll. Now my 14-year-old son, so he's a teenager now, he decided that he wanted to make me a doll to live in the doll room, and he made it just all out of cardboard. He spent ages making it, and he said he put in these joints because he said he knows I'm always going on about articulation is what he said, so he tried to make it articulated. And he said, like, because it's made of cardboard, it's more like a robot doll, but it's supposed to be a doll. Oh, and so that is like pride of place in here. I just love that. I love it so much. So if you see that in the background in videos, that's my doll made out of cardboard for my teenage son. Honestly, I have the best teenagers in the world in this house. They are all so wonderful. So that was a massive highlight. But just sitting here in my chair, when I turn that way and look, I love it so much. I mean, these lights, they screw on and they stick on, so I had to put screws in these just stuck onto the top of the shelf. However, they do take batteries. They take 3 batteries each, so I'm not going to enjoy it very much when the batteries run out, but for now I'm loving it. And look, you can change the colours. How cool is that? So blues, or you can go for orange or purple. So whatever mood you want, you can change the colour. Look, the difference with it off and the difference with it on. So yeah, it's just amazing. Now, how do I get this back to white? Okay, I worked it out. That's what the W was for. W for white. And there you go. We're all back again there. Another big part of June was taking a doll out with us. Now this is me and my eldest daughter Tilly, and we spent the month with this doll. Now this is an Enchantimals doll. She normally comes with a pet sheep, and we call her Shauna. So me and Tilly, we picked Shauna as our adventure doll for the month. I think $1 a month to see what adventures we can take the dolly on. It's been so much fun. So in June, Shauna came out with us to Tilly's favourite farm. It's a local farm to us. She loves going there to meet the goats and the llamas and the alpacas, and we even introduced Shauna to the sheep. We had some picnics inside and outside. It was a lovely sunny day. Shauna joined us for all of it, including meeting the Mutant Ninja Hero turtles, which Tilly was floored by. There was a camera booth set up there, and the cameraman there loved us walking around with the doll as well. It was just so much fun. And then later on in the month, I went on one of my child-free weekends to Stratford, just outside Stratford, to go to Mary Arden's house. Now this is Shakespeare's mum's house. I didn't realise that you can't go in anymore. It's only open now for school trips, but what you can do is walk all the way around it. So that's what I did with Shauna the doll, and it was so much fun. again, it was just, it was fantastic. It made me giggle. I enjoyed finding places to set up photographs. The woman at the local shop came out and asked what I was doing, and we had a lovely chat. She thought it was wonderful. See, we think that people are going to think we're crazy, and people probably do, but they also love it. So it was just so much fun. And the house, I just think this house is so full of character. So I'm very lucky to live on the doorstep of Stratford. In fact, I drive past Anne Hathaway's cottage every single day on the school run. This is St Andrew's Church in the village where Mary Arden's house is. So I took Shauna up. I love a nice church and a graveyard. Oh, I can spend hours in graveyards. So this was open. I wonder what it was like inside. Shauna led the way, and we were absolutely astonished. It was the most beautiful church. Now, the thing about this church, which I absolutely adored, not only that gorgeous vaulted ceiling, but all the walls were covered with like a fabric tapestry. There was so much detailing. Often this sort of tapestry, fabric tapestry on walls, it either gets worn away or it gets taken off over the years. This was all still intact on all the walls, and it was incredible. And then they had lovely, wonderful alcove windows all the way down the length of the church, all with different statues in. It was a really interesting, ornate and decorative church, which is very much my favourite kind of church to find. It just makes me want to go back with a sketchbook in hand. So we wandered up and down, and we checked out all of these incredible tapestries that you can just about make them out in the darkness. And look, here's one of those alcove windows with the different sculptures in. So Shauna had a little pose next to all the different statues. I wonder if you can spot her every time. And it was really fun, and it does feel like you've got a partner in crime. And I'm not going to say I know it's just a doll, because there's no just a doll about it, but it just makes it fun when you're doing things on your own. It does just make it extra fun when you've got a doll in tow with you. So we even went up the steps to look down on the church from a rather dodgy looking gallery, I've got to say. And then, of course, nothing is complete when visiting a church until you've had a look round the graveyard. And it was only tiny, but it's set in this idyllic village. It's just so pretty. That was the school next door, and we could hear all the kids playing. It was a beautiful warm day, and it was lovely. We decided to sit up here on these benches, and I sat and listened to the birds for a while, and then I had a tarot deck with me, so I decided to pull a tarot reading with Shauna looking on, and it was wonderful. Now, this churchyard says that it has a war memorial grave in there. I think it was the circular grave underneath the tree that I spotted. I'm pretty certain. Can you see it in the background there? We went over. I couldn't see any writing on it that I could read clearly, but I'm sure that was it. And then walking back to the car, I thought I'd show you the quintessential English old phone box. These are still everywhere in England. I can remember using them as a teenager to get my dad to come and pick me up from different places. And there's Shauna inside. We decided to explore the canal path as well on the way back to the car. It was just such a nice day. It was just lovely to walk along the canal. We spoke to some of the people with boats, and we looked at the different boats. There are some lovely canal side properties as well along here. It was just a really nice, gentle Friday. It was lovely. We even saw a swan's nest as well, swan on its nest. We didn't get too close, of course, because, well, swans don't like it, and it would just be rude to upset a mama swan on her nest. And then later in the month, we had a car picnic, just me, Tilly and Shauna the doll, while we waited for her brother and sister to try and attempt to get out of an escape room with their friends. Escape rooms not Tilly's thing, but this is. So that's it, guys. That's been June, really. I did a couple of tags as well. I did the Barbie challenge, Barbie vehicles, and I did like horses, and that's why the car's up here. That's why I've got my dolls in wheelchairs out, because I used that idea of getting around on wheels. I also did a VR to Deb's doll room about going purple for Alzheimer's Awareness Month as well. So that was really lovely, because I have to say I really love the doll community. I really do, and I'm loving this channel so much. I'm loving sharing the dolls. I would be doing this regardless, but to be able to share it is wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. And it's late evening now. If you can hear things in the background, the kids are all upstairs, and baths are being run. There's all sorts going on. Oh, I also brought a new tarot deck into the doll room. So I always have this one in here, which I love using in the doll room. This is a Rainbow Moon Tarot. But I've brought in the Beautiful Creatures Tarot, because look at the cards. They are so doll-like, with this gorgeous artwork of Jasmine Beckett Griffith. I mean, look at these. So yeah, I've just pulled a month ahead spread, because it is the beginning of a new month. So it's just really nice to sit in my doll room and do that. The plan for this desk is to have one of these drawers with like journals and tarot and oracle in, because at the end of the day, that's a little part of the channel as well, is doing readings. And I haven't forgotten also that I said I was going to be doing some mermaid oracle readings. All of that's to come, but it's just been a super busy month. I haven't got round to it yet. But that's it for the June catch-up adventures out with dolls, adventures indoors with dolls. Moving forward this month, what can you expect? Hopefully more adventures. I asked Tilly today to pick a new adventure doll. She doesn't want to let go of Shauna. She wants Shauna to stay out for another month, so Shauna it is again. Lots more unboxings. I'm still trying not to buy any new dolls, because I've got piles and piles of dolls to unbox. So loads more unboxings. And I've already got an epic thrift haul to share, which, oh my goodness, I know I say it every time, but I cannot wait to show you. So that's it from a very lit up doll room. That was June. So thanks guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time in the doll room. Bye.